Well.
And we're all here together in this earth to be prepared to go to a prepared place which is called heaven. If he's preparing us for that, why are we preparing our children to be disobedient? Why are we preparing our children to be rebellious? Because today is about Youth Sunday. And we want to know why they come and do the things they do, because they see us doing the things that we do. All they do is actually reprobate what we do. So if we're actually in here rebellious and we're showing that we don't like this one person and we don't like that one person, and we start seeing it in the children, that's because we are reproducing after ourselves. Instead of reproducing kingdom builders, we are reproducing Satan.
Wow.
That's all that it is. He said either you are holy or unholy. So we're reproducing that which is unholy. We are reproducing that which is ungodly. We are reproducing that which is hateful. We are reproducing that which would like to cause one another to fall. We are reproducing what we think is funny in the house of God. We're reproducing even disrespecting God's house. How we could even come up in here and disrespect God's house is unbelievable today. Not just talking about you, I'm talking about me as well. Why can I come up in here and sit like God ain't done nothing for me? That was wrong with me this morning. I asked God to forgive me today, because what happens is I get in the flesh. We're warring in the flesh on a daily basis. When you see things that you think are not of God, you allow it to cause you to miss God. And before you know that, instead of you walking in the spirit, you'll be walking in the flesh. It's hard to receive God when you're walking in the flesh. It's hard to receive the move of God when you're walking in the flesh. And today he's talking about equipping us. He's perfecting us. So each and every time you pick up this word of God, the scriptures, the holy scriptures of God, he's perfecting you. He's perfecting us to come together, not to divide. Apparently what's happening is we're dividing instead of coming together, because we're all here for one purpose. And the one purpose is to get back to God. I ain't talking about coming here to see who can outsing who. I'm talking about we're supposed to be perfected to get back to God. Are we acting like that this morning? Are we acting like we want to see the coming King? I heard the children say, what's his name? His name is Jesus. I want to say that one day. I want to meet him and say, well done, my good and faithful servant. How is it that we don't want to hear that these days? Today is about me. He said for the work of the ministry. What is the work of the ministry? We're witnesses, all of us witnesses. We're all trying to cause the lost to come to Christ, but if the lost see we still lost, they ain't got nowhere to go to. He said if the blind lead the blind, they're going to fall into a what? A ditch. So apparently something has fell off the ship with this. What is it, Lord? What is it that we need to do, God? Why is it? Because we want to accept responsibility for our sin. The day we line up and start accepting where we're falling short. See, I had to accept that one time I was a fornicator. I had to accept that one time I was a liar. I had to accept. See, when you go to Alcoholics Anonymous, you have to actually say that you're an alcoholic to overcome it. So if I knew I was a gossiper, I had to come to God and say, God, I am a gossiper. I need deliverance from gossiping. God, if I was a backbiter, I need to come to God and say, God, I'm a backbiter, God, and I need to get delivered from being backbiter. He gave me scriptures on how to get delivered from backbiting, because I want to see the face of God that he done back in yesteryear, where you came in